Yeah, hello and welcome everybody here today to another race in our this year's casual boots tourney. Today there is another blockbuster, equalized Jab versus Magnit Handz, two outstanding runners, both great names. And yeah, we have a decider here, and on the other microphone today, I am glad to warmly welcome Ravis. Ravis, how are you doing?
I'm good, thank you. Hope you're doing well. Yeah, game 3 between these two is pretty much a serious banger here in the top. Like, I think it was one of the last top 48 races, if not the actual last. And yeah, Raynox is already awaiting one of these two in the next round. Yeah, we should start here any second, and there we go.
Yeah, as we have a casual boots journey, it's the first most likely 10 to 12 minutes, all of the same stuff as always, but we can see who gets the execution advantage here. And I've seen the ranking of Magnit Handz in the race room, and I knew it's a good runner, but he is even better ranked than Jam, which is not too. So it does not say too much your ranking there. Yeah, but it could mean that Magnit Handz is even the favorite here, and Jam is quite an execution beast.
In the end, it's casual boots, like everything can happen in this mode. RNG, item placements, you know, just a little bit of luck here and there might just be the difference, because everybody can literally beat everyone. It's just about, you know, intelligent routing, playing well, and then, you know, need that little bit of luck on your side. Yeah, we got a master sword already in the escape, so making the escape sequence a little bit faster, as well as making it more likely to have an Agassi in the first place.
Yeah, and with the Master Sword in hand, I absolutely expect sub 5 on both sides here.
Yeah, there are different strats for the ball and chain guard. There's a double spin potential, but it's also a little bit RNG dependent. We're gonna see what these guys are gonna do. If there's gonna be like one spin and then 4 slashes or something along these lines.
Yeah, but maybe here we see the experience of Gem. He knows he has sword beans. He can just slash 2 times, and then the guard in the boomerang room here dies as well, while Magnit Handz plays pretty much standard strats.
Yeah, I mean, it's always nice to see what the escape times between the runners are, right? But in the end, it's like, you know, it's a little bit of the game, but it's like not too crazy. Didn't get the double spin here, Gem, but still pretty fast. And Magna was able to catch up again.
Yeah, and chest opening, that is one of the marks I always look for, was 225, I guess. With a normal setup, it's usually 228 of S tier runners. So here are 3 seconds who are not wasted yet.
I mean, a little bit of the time save comes from the blue guards that we had earlier. We didn't need to, you know, fighter sword double spin in the first place, and the first blue guard, and the second one was also a little bit faster, so some time comes just from the master sword already. But yeah, so far, like, no big issues or anything on both sides.
No. Yeah, Gem messed a little bit up on the bonus chain guard. Yeah, but it's this nice thing in Cas boots that you have this iconic standard escape, and yeah, of course, every little move is inspected here. And what else would you do? So yeah.
Yeah, if this would be Kabuki's, which also had a tournament earlier this year, there would be a chance that the Hyrule Castle Smoky, which we got already, would be in Castle Tower at this point. So you might have to, you know, go out and get the first chest there. But this is casual boots. The key's always going to be here in Hyrule Castle, luckily.
Yeah, I'm glad you finished with luckily. I've seen such a scenario these days between Ozora and Talitha, and yeah, it was disgusting to watch. Especially it was an Randomizer as well. Yeah, and then good luck getting your key out of the tower. Yeah, but this is not the thing here. This is just a regular casual boots. Have we seen a map yet? Oh, a hammer.
I don't think so, actually. I forgot it was in map chest. Sorry, not map chest. In boomerang chest, because map chest was the key.
But who cares about the hammer? The map. We got gloves and hammer out of Siva's room. Oh look, and Gem here with 455, I suppose.
Yeah, I count the same. So considering what happened at Ball and Chain, you could see that it could be even faster. Gem getting a hit and not even the double spin in one go. So Master Sword actually saved some nice seconds there, and can you give you a really good start at.
Yeah, but this is interesting now. Yeah, we have hammer and we have mids. That means, yeah, if a Moon Pearl is in Kakariko on the way to there, early Dark World access is existing. Yeah, and then runners have to make a choice here.
And Magnit here, interesting routing. So not checking Lumberjack and also not checking the woods, the Lost Woods. Potentially waiting for, I mean, you mentioned the Moon Pearl, that, and maybe having a mirror and then doing it for Skull Woods, like going a little bit more aggressive very early on. So he's sure that that's some time that he definitely could save against Gem. And there's the Fire Rod. So if we get a mirror and a Moon Pearl, that would actually be a great, start for him, because he can save some good amount of time by just not having to walk and run this far.
Yeah, and gamble pays off, nothing in the woods here. Yeah, but this is quite aggressive, especially so early in the game. And I don't know, but it looks like Magnit can compete easily with Gem execution-wise here.
Yeah, I mean, keeping it up is probably the hard part, and like, there's like probably like qualities on Gem's side that are very unique to him, or like only a few runners have. Maybe Magnit has them too, but it's just very hard to compete and consistently play your game when Gem is on the other side. But that goes for Magnit too, so pressure on both sides.
Yeah, of course, there's a reason why they are equalized. Oh, nice spin speed here on Magnit Handz. Always like to see it and to see it work.
There's a hook shot as well, so technically we could also go up on the mountain rather early. So Magnit could also check Lumberjack by going up the mountain soon. We see there's Green Pen and Desert, Pen and Hera, and Red Crystal and Eastern. So Hera not too interesting for now, but still there's Paradox Cave. And there's the lamp, so the logical mountain access is even easily accessible here as well.
Yeah, and we have not spoken about medallions and stuff. Yeah, and Hera and Desert are medallions, and Eastern is a red crystal here. So Hera now finishable on the mountain for a green pennant, I suppose. Yeah, Hera is green?
No, Hera is the normal pennant and Desert is green.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. Yeah, but Siege very early, widely open here.
Yeah, Magnit with the glove on hand is not even saving quitting, he's just gonna lift the rock here and go south.
Do you know if this is faster? Or just
I am not 100% sure, but I think it's like slightly lower. But I mean, with the glove, I don't know. But if you have the shovel, it's certainly better to just do what Magnit did here. Without the shovel, I don't really know. I assume it's more or less the same, but minimal differences.
Well, this money comes in handy. At least if one of us want to play Zora later on. Yeah, but would make sense because it's a logic, and if you have the money, yeah, why not? And to get all the other juicy check there tied in.
I mean, for now, I think the runners, what they want to see is the Moon Pearl or potentially a mirror. And Gem immediately going up the mountain, not even doing South Shore, waiting for the money probably to potentially water walk. And there's half magic also, and the Moon Pearl.
Yeah, I was about to ask if this is a scenario where you want a Moon Pearl early, or maybe first be a little thorough, clean up the map, and then get it. So you are not forced too early to make decisions.
I mean, you are right now, right? Like in Magnet's hand, there's a lot of options, like starting Hype Cave, starting Village. You have 2 pendants in the Light World, so either Thiefstone or Skullwoods have to be crystals, if not both, which is the most likely case. So you could wait for the mids for the mountain, but also you could do what Gem is doing mountain early, maybe getting mids or something early. There's a Quake at least. We are already in that territory since we had the glove and the hammer and the hookshot. That we have to make decisions early on.
Yeah, I think getting mids on Gem's side on the mountain here would not be the best at all, just because having such a widely open seat then.
Well, at least he would need the Moon Pearl first for that to be relevant. Oh, interesting. Magnit not checking any water checks with the water walk, but using it to go to Sahasrara.
Okay, new meta question.
Yeah, that's definitely different, but he's gonna save 1 save and quit. And doesn't have the money for Zora yet, so understandable. Most people would probably go to the Hobo, but maybe such a single check that you kind of don't want to check maybe early on, since he has Dark World access already. There's a cape and a bottle.
And additionally, all this water walk stuff is not in logic, but Zora, which is not payable. So I think this absolutely makes sense from Magnit here.
So it's going to be interesting to see where Magnit is going to run after Hype Cave. Like, first of all, obviously it's interesting to see what he's going to get in Hype Cave, but like, if there's not going to be a mirror or something that like gives clear access, like for example a bow for pod, or by the pendant pod and Red Crystal TR. So I don't know about the pod thing, but in theory, if you get the bow here, you could easily say, okay, I'm going to trust this bow and see if there's something behind it or something like that. Or Mir would probably, move you towards K45, but otherwise, we could see Magnite going towards Catfish potentially.
I guess we have seen Medallions on both sides now. Bomba was on Magnit hands, and Ether was on Gem, I suppose.
Oh, Quake, yeah.
Or Quake, yeah. And
Gem has a very specific tracker. It's the blue guy on the right that's shaking because of Quake, probably.
Yeah, makes absolutely sense, I guess.
All right, and Magnit is at least, let's see where we're going. We're actually going towards Catfish, so a Pyramid Catfish, which is kind of okay in my eyes, because if you want to combine this with Red Bomb, but if you look at what the red crystals are, you need a bow and you need the total TR stuff. So really what could be on Red Bomb would be the Mir, Flippers, or maybe Ether or the Flute. It's not too many items. It would be like, for example, Skullwoods and Thiefstone now, then suddenly, every item more or less that we're missing can be on in the pyramid phase. So I like Magnite going this way. Actually, it's going north here, leaving Catfish behind. Interesting.
Oh, I would love this place so much if you had a mirror. This is so nice. I've never seen that. I like the routing here. It's kind of modern, I guess.
I think the idea behind this is you're gonna forfeit some off locations. Ooh, and what a great play it was, apparently, at least. We don't know what's on Catfish, but those mids, you need to get this cape in the first place. So very good for Magnite, yeah.
I can't see on Gem's tracker, does he have the cape? And if not, where it was?
It was in Hype Cave, so he doesn't have it yet because Gem is still missing the Moon Pearl.
Oh boy. So, okay, Gem will end up in Hype Cave if he does the normal round, but yeah.
Exactly.
Has to come back.
But there's a chance that Gem, you know, is gonna do maybe Thief Summon Skulls first or something like that, and then he's gonna get the cape late and has to more or less go the same way as Magnit did. But what it was to say, like, I think Magnit like chooses to not go the long Dark World ways, right, without the mids, and then forfeiting Catfish gives him the chance of just, you know, skipping the save and quit and go to Sink and then go over to CAG, go the long way to the Dark World, and this way he's just, you know, immediately going Bumper Cave, and so far it's paying off.
Yeah, let's see. Mids, of course, also can backfire always. So huge amounts of checks, and yeah, if it's nothing.
Oh, it was here. It was at Saha. I'm sorry, not at Head Cave. It's Saha. It was at Saha.
Okay, but that's good for Gem. That means as soon as he is in close to Bumper Cave, he can grab his mids as well. So no disadvantage so far. Yeah, but still, mids of course always open up widely checks. Yeah, and that consumes lots of amounts of time if you're unlucky.
Right, Josh. I missed the cape at Saha.
Modular here on Magnit side, of course, free with this equipment, more or less. But they are on green mail, maybe if he does not pay too much attention. But
I think no, you have enough magic to just use the fire out in theory, and that makes it rather safe. And you get usually a free spin early on, so that would make it 6 fire out shots if you.
Yeah, I
would
absolutely be surprised if any of the runner would die here, or even get in trouble. Look. And Gem with his Moonpearl as well. Let's see what how he will decide to route this.
Yeah, Gem has the money for Zora here.
Oh, yeah, absolutely, you're right.
So I fully expect him to check out the Zora area entirely here. Alright, no item in the back of Skowitz, so both items in the front. Yeah, Gem also leaving Hobo.
Oh, even with the Moonpearl. Yeah, but he knows against who he's running, and that even he cannot play everything. I
exactly.
Suppose. And it's not in logic, so yeah, maybe you get a mirror later.
Yeah, exactly. Maybe. But I think he waited specifically to have the money. Ooh, there's a flute. Do we have any equipment to get that right? I mean, we could get it anyway if we have to walk a water walk setup again and then do the double water walk. I don't know if Gem has any. No, I think he would need at least a red boomerang or a bow or an ice rod.
Yeah, that's it for Gem.
Yeah, Gem is, I think. Are we gonna do Dark World here? Interesting. Okay, we're gonna start here. Fair. Because I was wondering if Gem is not still gonna just pick up the flute here, because there's still a possibility to do it. I assume he's gonna do that the next time he wants to go to CAG.
Well, the flute would be very nice. And he has to do a trip via Kakariko either way. I was
Exactly.
thinking that he could tie it in with a smith. In this scenario, yeah, but
I still would consider it worth, since we know Mire is a crystal. You will need it anyway, and I think after he's probably gonna go catfish here and then save and quit. And I assume you would pick up the lamp. And there's a bow in chest game.
In regards to the flute, very nice to look at. Because with this bow, he can easily pick up the flute.
Yeah. Where are we going now? Are we going pod here? Wow, we're going pendant pod here. I mean, we know where the bow is, so it's not too unlikely that even if we are bow locked, that we might find something here, right?
Does Gem have any goo? But Gem most likely can bufferless mimic clips, right?
Even if not, he has a fairy, and you can do it with a fairy too.
Yeah, that's true.
You just have to, do the same with what you have with the goo, being on the top wall basically. But you have to run into an enemy from the left side into the right, and then die, and then proceed normally as you would have drank a goo. I assume Gem is gonna immediately show us this here, if he's choosing to do that.
I hope for a mimic clip, bufferless.
Mm-hmm.
That is what you meant. I think you thought about the fairy. Yeah, this is bufferless mimic clip. If someone who knows how to do it is so nice to watch. Yeah, look, and it's gone. It's if Gem does it looks like it's the actual way the game wants you to do that.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
And I've tried this a lot, and yeah, in 1 of 10 I got it. Because if you mess up, the guy clips out of the wall again, and he has to start from the beginning. Yeah, but Gem, 2 seconds or what? Maybe 3.
It was really quick.
Yeah.
But Gem has this cursed routing here, I want to say. Because he didn't go shooter room. He went immediately left side. Right side, sorry. He got 2 keys and got 1 item in the front. So the front could have the big key now. And then he would have an extra trip for the big chest. Let's hope for him it's not the case. But that is something that could happen.
Yeah, but if you delay this room, it's up to you. So then
there might just be a small key in the front, right? And he might be able to find something else somewhere, like in the front, the big key or whatever the second potential non-key item is. And then he never has to check shooter room, so he can just bomb jump to the big chest. But right now we haven't found the big key yet. Okay, we found it now.
Okay, right for here. Very nice.
Magnit, meanwhile, in these down, still 1 item left. I haven't found anything big. I mean, more or less, we're looking for flippers that unlock the flute and probably only the mirror. Nice hammer jump here on Gem side.
Do we know where the mirror is?
No, but we know. The only thing we know is that the flippers are not going to be locked by the flute.
Yeah, that's true.
But I think what the runners want to see kind of soon is the ice rod, just to not have an ice rod hunt. Because Kane Go mode would be meaning at least like Go mode TR. Amir Go mode would mean Go mode Swamp. Like there's something that you can at least take off your mind already.
By the way, am I correct that Gem got absolutely nothing out of Pen and Pot?
I did not see anything.
Mushroom, maybe?
Yeah, Mushroom is a potential. I mean, he's gonna pick up the flute now. Magnit, meanwhile, with the second crystal here in Thieves. Alright, for this double water walk to work, you have to set up the water walk mini Moldom cave. And then the fake flipper has to work, as far as I know, on the first try. And then the moment you get in here and get out, what you activate is the Moon Pearl Water Walk. But the other water walk is still stored. So the next time you jump off a cliff into the water, you're actually gonna water walk again.
Yeah, but we also have to admit here. Meanwhile, Gem is doing some risky plays. Magnit Handz is cleaning the map and doing crystal dungeons. Yeah, and this mode is all about clearing crystal dungeons.
I don't think this is something that Gem has to do anyway. There would be a faster way to do it if he had flipper, but God knows where those flippers are. And
no, I don't mean I don't mean the flute. I don't mean the flute. I mean this
the pod thing.
The pod thing.
Yeah, I mean pod is always like with 5 items a good idea at least, right? But certainly it is kind of a gamble early on. You wanted to say like he had Thieves Town open and Skullwoods open, right? So you could have done like Crystal Dungeons as you wanted to.
You could do your Dark World routing and end up there. But
yeah,
okay.
And I think Gem was looking for an end of his route because he wanted to get the flute before coming here, so he can save 1 trip to CAC, right?
Yeah. Okay, that makes sense.
Because he would be looking for items here next, and if the flippers are here, he has to come back again. Even if they are not here, he has to come back again as well. So might as well just, pick up the flute now. And some of the time that you additionally need to, set up water walk and all that stuff is negated by the fact that you're gonna walk 1 time less to CAC since you have the flute then already.
Yeah, this powder here, by the way, does Magnit Handz not have, I suppose.
Was that also on pod?
I guess it was on the mountain, but not sure.
Yeah, could be.
My memory corresponding items is so horrible. Yeah, but nothing behind it, so yeah.
Magnit now obviously going to Eastern, got that bow, makes total sense. Keep on clearing the crystal dungeons. Like his route probably feels really good right now. And I assume when he's done with his crystal dungeons, we're gonna see him go up the mountain, and he also has the dark world of the mountain. So there's gonna be some new checks for us rather soon.
Yeah, mushroom was in pot, I think. So this is spicy as well. Let's see. Nope.
Well, saying goodbye to that heart container. You see Gem being on, was it 9 hearts, saying, okay, I'm good to go. Like I want to save these couple seconds instead of taking that heart. I'm just gonna go out again and flute away.
Yeah, thing here on Gem's side is he willing to check not check about what's it called, bumper match?
I think so. Yeah, I think so.
Without a mirror.
Yeah, I think so because I think we're gonna start in the back of Skullwoods here. And move ourselves towards, okay, make me a liar. Maybe not, I don't know. We're gonna start with Thieves, I guess. And Village, and then going north. I don't know if he's gonna check Bumper Cave, but I would assume so. And there's the mirror in Eastern, so... Interesting, so... We still need the flippers. We know they are gonna unlock the fluid logically. And then it's about the cane and the ice rod and potentially ether.
Yeah, it could turn out to quite a jet set here.
Alright, Gem is gonna catch up a little bit on his side doing the checks Magnit has done, so currently we want to see like new checks, probably the higher chance on Magnit's hand, because I don't see him going to pod anytime soon, even though he has the bow, but there's an entire mountain just lingering, I think we haven't seen that shovel yet. Alright, the mirror itself is not gonna unlock too much right now, at least. We have some overworld checks that we can do, but it's nice to have now, since, you know, flippers would also give us swamp access, and also in case we're gonna go to TR at some point, at least we can do Mimic Cave as well. So we're gonna be good on that front. Magnit, by the way, loves his boomerang animations while picking up crystals. I found that out in game 2, that he's always trying to, like, you know, boomerang the correct timing when he's picking up a crystal. Classic Rando behavior.
Yeah, of course you have to show your skills a little bit here and there.
Alright, this is Kingston, and then I would assume we're going towards the mountain on Magnit's side.
What do you think? How burned are the water checks for Magnit now?
Not at all. I think I would assume he's gonna find flippers soon. Oh, okay, we're 7 quitting here. Let's see what we're gonna do. Start in Link's house. Interesting. Oh, this is a shovel check. I see. Yeah. Okay. I guess this wasn't thieves. And you could have done that with K45 in case, you know, you have the mirror already. So, like, the moment you go there, you could have combined it. But, well, it might just be a second bow, and you're gladly happy to just accept that. And never gonna see the, I don't know, 20 rupees or whatever it's gonna be in K45.
Does he want to catch up for the woods? Oh, and seek it maybe?
Yeah, I don't know about these checks right now. Like, you have an open mountain. I think, you know, don't play too perfect. I understand that, you know, having those left is kind of annoying.
Yeah, but now they are nicely on the way, I suppose. So why not? Well, let's
I guess so. I mean, it was an entire, like, overworld trip more or less from Link's house towards almost Zank, if you want to like go so far, right? Yeah, we're gonna check this first, and then
guess this is Magnit's absolute last chance to get them.
Well, not absolute. We know where the flute is, and obviously for him it could just be the flute here somewhere. It's fine. It's just like, I think you're playing game 3. You know, you kind of have to make some cuts here and there, and yeah, this was definitely a time investment to do all the checks, but it's fine. I mean, it is what it is. So Gem is about to get his mids. That's very good. Probably very happy that he did that Saha check before going anywhere in the village area.
Yeah, what Gem requires a little here is that Magnit gets baited into port at some point. So how much does it take? 3 minutes to clear the front? He's a gun.
Maybe 2 to 3 minutes. Yeah, it could be. He might also just go to the back and skip the last item if he feels like that. And Gem starting here on the Hera side of the mountain. Also interesting. Okay, yeah. This decision is not that easy, right? With the Pen and Hera here. Are we doing Spy Cave? Okay. Yeah, that makes also sense. You're over here, just do it. I think it's like a little bit of critique, but I think it's too bad. I think Magnit would agree. I think it would have been maybe nicer to have done the East Dark Death Mountain side completely. Like do, you know, Super Bunny Cave, Hookshot Cave, Paradox Cave and Spiral Cave, and then save and quit and start here on the Hera side. And, you know, if you don't find anything, like, you might as well continue in Hera and do it into Spike Cave, for example. But it's fine. Like, it's all right. It's like not much difference right now. But we're gonna see new checks on the Dark East Death Mountain side very soon. Oh, Gem got a little bit ahead and got knocked into the Wallmaster. That was so sneaky. Classic skills. That's a neat way. I didn't know about that. Right. Interestingly enough, Magnit is doing Paradox Cave out of the Light World, not doing the Dark World portal immediately. I assume we're gonna just bomb jump over here and then check the Tiara portal immediately before going Hookshot Cave and Super Bunny Cave.
Oh, and Magnit here messing up the bomb jump.
Yeah, it could be also that he picked up an item that was mid-air, like a heart or a rupee or something, and didn't notice in the room before.
What do we know about the hover skills of these two guys? Not that we need it with a hook shot, but what a potential spot here to be.
I mean, Gem is a classic hover. I think Magnit can also do that. Is not as consistent as Gem, as far as I know. But as you said, it's like has zero importance in this one, at least. Having the hookshot already. So okay, we're gonna do the entire Light World Mountain immediately. Interesting. I don't personally like it too much, but it gives him the option. If Dark Death Mountain entirely is empty, that he's gonna go over to Hera with a mirror. Maybe that's in his mind. But Gem also going for Dark Death Mountain now.
What you just said, I think this is the reason why Magnit played left mountain first.
Yeah, I was to specifically like do Hera the last, I guess.
Yeah, you have the basement. Yeah, and wanna play basement if you have the entire right mountain open. I don't think so, but if nothing is there, and then you have to make the decision. It's way easier.
Yeah, I mean, fair, I guess. You know, it's there's a lot of stuff, like a lot of these decisions are based on own experience. So there's like, you know, every play is more or less justifiable in whatever way, right? So it's fine for me. It's not completely ridiculous or anything. It's fine. So we need Quake for TR. Super Bunny Cave was not the answer. I'm curious to find out if we find the cane here, if one of the runners, if not potentially both, go into this dungeon first. But you know, if you find cane, you could also just supply ice even without the flippers, since we are looking for ice rod as well. Nothing here, though.
By the way, Gem not having the mirror on the mountain. Yeah, is he forfeiting Hera forever? Or
I mean, not forever. He's gonna do Eastern after this, I assume, since he's got the bow as well. So it just makes sense to, you know, do Eastern. Then he's gonna find Mir, and then he has, you know, still the easy way to go to Hera and also Spike Cave. And you know, if he finds a book along the way, then he's also got in the Ether tablet as well.
Yeah, and speaking of Hera, Magnit now in.
Yeah, Gem found one item here and left. There's one more item in Hera remaining. And I think if this item is nothing, like, we might see, as you know, said earlier, that Magnit might go into port next, because there's really not many different checks left. Like, I don't know, what do we even have left? Is it just Catfish or something like that?
Smith Chain we never touched.
Yeah, I think, yeah, Smith chain, right.
Flute out of logic.
Yeah, we have a K45, we have a graveyard ledge, I guess.
We have mirror checks. We have desert.
No, we don't have desert. I mean, with the flute, yes, but it's, you know, we would still need the flippers.
Out of logic.
Yeah, but I think, you know, you want to kind of find the flippers too, because you want to, you know, swamp is more interesting than pen and desert here.
Ah, desert is pennant.
Yes, it's green pennant.
Okay, is there an item in Hera basement?
I think it's in big chest, and Hera basement has the big key.
Okay, not too ugly with the mirror, but still.
Yeah. But that's what he played for. He isolated Hera specifically to know that if there's literally nothing on the mountain that satisfies him, he's gonna just check it all. And you know, it's easier to make this decision now, knowing that there's not even something in Spy Cave. The only thing that he's gonna leave on the mountain is TR and the Ethernet tablet. And Gem, meanwhile, keeping up with the crystals now. He's also going to finish Eastern soon. So both runners are going to be on 3 crystals. And if this is an ice run on Magnit's hand, like this could be really bad for Gem. I mean, any item technically, but ice run would be probably the worst case scenario.
Yeah, and we will see in, I guess, 10 seconds here.
No, this is going to be big key.
Ah, right. I just remembered.
Magnit is quick, but, you know, we need some time at least to do Hera pot.
Hurry up now, go! No.
He's doing very good boom strats here. I like that.
Yeah, and the dash thingy Hera pot here also. This is so nice to watch these runners performing these strats.
Alright, Pendant Hera big chest. What is it gonna be? It's 3 bombs.
This was a minute of time waste, I guess. Can't imagine Gem will ever go in there. Yeah, but still, and is this Magnit going to port?
No, that's gonna be a fake flipper.
Yeah, this will
it's
be
gonna be either
right?
with a bow, with a. It's gonna be. Never mind.
Does not want to touch ice without the Maria.
Yeah, this should be port here.
Okay,
all
good
right.
thing for Magnit is all items are in the front of pot, so no decision to go to the boss unless he wants to gamble on the pet now.
Yeah, and he has the mirror, so this pot experience will be, I think, is it slightly faster? Because Gem did more or less in one go.
I was about to say, Gem was not in the shooter room, and Magnit will.
Yeah, I mean, technically that might maybe not be, faster, I guess.
Yeah, but we are speaking about seconds here. Just imagine Magnit would be in go mode now and never touch pot. That would make a difference.
I mean, so far Gem has more or less kept up with Magnit here. Having the mids a little later and all that stuff.
Yeah, and Gem now has to make decisions. Smith chain super juicy now with his equipment. K45 on the way.
Looks like we're gonna check out my area first, which is fine, even though, you know, you want to have Kane, but also you want to know if you need Ether for Meyer. And any item ahead is good. There's Quake for that, so we're good on that front too. Ooh.
Oh boy!
Okay.
Magnit's here, unfortunately not getting the hover. Always love to see this one. Yeah, this is a dead bio for Gem, and with that I mean he will full clear it now. And Magnit
I don't know if we're gonna full clear, but we're gonna clear at least, you know, up to the biggie, and then we're gonna make decisions.
Yeah, full clear I meant he will get his crystal out.
Yeah.
But yeah, you're right.
And I wouldn't be surprised if we're gonna do checkerboard cave, I assume. I don't know if we're gonna like do desert it here, I think we might just go and check out what's on ice, because it's super linear, like regardless of the flippers, in hope to just find the ice rod. And then if it's just flippers go mode, you know it's not behind the flute, it's not behind Cane of Samoria, so you have an easy like you can eliminate certain locations immediately for where your go mode is.
Yeah, absolutely. But I suppose in this situation, missing 2 items, I guess assume gem. This is just a guess.
Yeah, one item can't be here.
Yeah,
the flippers can't be here.
Exactly, that is what I was about to say, that gem will go mode this more or less.
Yeah. I mean, so far we have to find the big key first, right? And sometimes Meyer is so nice, it gives us both items before the big key. This is what probably Gem is hoping for.
Yeah, would be best case scenario for Gem, I guess. Yeah, and now it's vice versa. Gem is doing important stuff, and Magnit's unfortunately getting a fetch quest out here. And that's it, and we know already that nothing is behind it. I'm thinking about checks Magnit did, Gem did not.
That would be Hera and Spy Cave, I think.
Yeah, this stuff, yeah. Yeah, that makes sense.
There's Ether.
And what was... TR was Craig, right?
Yeah, Ether is just a fun little thing to have. There's gonna be another, I don't know, problem maybe occurring for a Magnit. Because if Magnit stays in logic, right, and it's not gonna do the Zora check at some point soon, he's gonna find the flippers that could just lead him into swamp. Now this could be bad or good, because there's a chance that, you know, he might be more incentivized to like check left side, right? While Gem knows he's in only need the Ice Rod, and Magnite doesn't know where Flute is, doesn't know where Cane of Samoria is, doesn't know where Ice Rod is. So there might be differences coming in the moment we find the flippers.
Yeah, even for ice, so ice tea and stuff costs a lot of time. Gem could also refuse to play that. Yeah, that's right. Yeah, and maybe at some point it comes into play what I said earlier, that water checks are maybe burnt a little from Magnit, at least and he does not have the flippers.
Gem, Magnite, I don't know if he's realizing or not, but he's doing this just for the pendant, because all items are out.
Oh boy!
So that is a massive time investment to do.
This is 2 minutes or what?
It is a lot of time. I don't know if he doesn't realize.
Maybe I'm mistaken as well. No, but on Gem's tracker, all items are out.
Yeah, on both trackers, and they are both using auto tracking. So I'd assume, you know, that Magnite's one's correct as well. Okay, we're gonna see Helmasaur for sure today.
Was there an item on Viti? I didn't pay attention.
No, that was a key. There's one more item in Meyer left.
Yeah, and Gem does not want it.
But I'm certain if Magnite finds the flute at some point, that we're gonna, you know, when we go to Maya area and find the cane, that we finish desert, I assume.
And Gem here doesn't touch desert at all. Makes sense.
Yeah, but also not doing checkerboard cave. That is interesting.
Oh, right. It's behind the flippers.
Yeah, but still, you know, it could just be Ice Rod there, and you don't wanna come back to this area now as Gem. But fine for me. It's fine.
Like, I agree. This is kind of very aggressive.
I don't think it's super aggressive, but it's somewhat aggressive. Because like flippers still give you ice pellets, still give you swamp pellet, still give you logical TR access. Like there's a ton more checks where the Ice Rod could easily be. but it's you know, it is kind of, it's still a skip. It might just be there. And Magnite, I think having the mushroom is going to give the mushroom and give us a new check on catfish. So that's going to be 1 out for Magnite for sure. And Gem is also going to check that first, that second item here in Skywoods, and probably going north maybe.
Okay, refusing to play checkerboard, which is right next to him and cost 20 seconds, if even, and then go back to the Skullwoods here.
This check in Skywoods is also for the flippers, right? Because checkerboard can't have the flippers, but Skywoods could have the flippers.
Yeah, that's true.
But this is okay. So Magnite is gonna be here. Are we gonna? I don't know what we're gonna do next. But this is 20 rupees. Are we gonna go catfish next? Or are we gonna go to Smith? Because if we do catfish, then we're gonna probably see some fake flippering from Magnite, and I would assume he's gonna try to get that flute immediately. Because he has bows and silvers and stuff.
Maybe Gem also thinks, yeah, flippers open up everything. Iceward does not open up anything. Yeah, and if I get the flippers, and he will at some point, yeah, then everything is open in the seat.
Yeah, and this is a big check coming up for Magnite here.
Yeah, absolutely.
Not the mushroom, but the catfish check is going to be very, very important.
And Gem, has he been in Graveyard Ledge, or did he just...
No, he has not been there.
Yeah. Maybe he wants to combine it. Leave something combinable behind for catfish, as in kinda out or something.
Yeah, a little bit. I mean, he could, like, you would still make a normal Northern Dark World trip, like flute to 3 and just go up. But I assume this, like, he wants to find flippers and then just, you know, check Swamp, check Ice, check TR, and hope just that, you know, the remaining checks do not have the Ice Rod, which makes sense from a, you know, from a percentage perspective, because there's just more items in these dungeons.
Yeah. Gem, by the way, touching Smith Chain, never seen yet. Yeah, and what I've seen these days is that a runner had a purple chest and going up to Graveyard Ledge and then mirror from it and flew away.
Mm-hmm.
But then he would isolate K45.
Yeah.
Ugly. Late mirror, always ugly. Okay, there was nothing on catfish.
Yeah, and we're gonna leave this water checks, which is interesting, but he's gonna see the flute here. And he's gonna be like, But yeah, I think you can. I think since he has done Eastern, well, he did it with silver, so I think there's no problem at all with the variables that might be need to reset for Ancilla Fake Flipper. Because sometimes the Eastern boss, or having done the Eastern boss, can mess with your Fake Flipper stuff, so you have to place some bombs in the water. And then reset some... Yeah, he did it still.
Okay, advanced knowledge here. Advanced.
Yeah, the bow is just not...
Oh, and there is our flippers in K45.
Okay, so on the way to Swamp.
Oh yeah, even this. Oh yeah, that comes in handy for Jam. Then Magnit Handz here has problems with the fake flipper. Maybe that what you just told us kicks in. That is bad. That means he has to come back. I think now the variable is reset.
Yeah. I mean, now I think you would just do the water walks thing, so you just be safe, right? You go to Mini Moldum Cave, set up the water walk as Gem did, and then pick it up. But it looks like we're gonna wait on his side for the flute for now. But what's more important is that he knows about the flute, so that might, you know, change his decisions in the moment he wants to, you know, find the flippers and then go to Swamp, knowing where the flute is.
Yeah.
We're gonna see that purple chest now, and then it's Swamp time for Gem.
Yeah, will he touch left side?
I don't know. I just don't. Oh!
That's convenient. At least for the check here. Yeah, but Gem could be pulled to the mountain again, so he has Hera and all this stuff there.
I mean, we're gonna do these 2 crystals in swamp and ice first, right?
Yeah,
And
absolutely.
then nice tempered before swamp. That's good. But also, I think that mountain play is gonna come in anyway, since even if he wants to play Hera, right? He wants to go TR afterwards, or maybe even TR first, and then go into Hera. Like, it's both on the mountain, so it's gonna be fine for him. I mean, best out that Magnit has is 100% pedestal, because then the pot finish would have actually mattered.
Yeah, the pot play is... is Pet in Logic?
I mean, not yet for him, but the moment he finds flippers, he's gonna have that flute in Logic, and then it's all about the ice rod, and that ice rod can legit be anywhere, except GT and Trinex.
Well, even the ice rod could be, even the flippers could be on the pet from Magnit's perspective, right?
Yeah, exactly. And I think
we got the book.
Magnit might be in a position where he says, "Okay, I have to go a little bit crazy here, because like I not only did I go pendant swamp pod, I also went to the boss, and as you said, like take those 2 minutes extra, right? So I might have to play a little bit crazy here, or I'm gonna lose if I'm just gonna go the normal way, because Gem is gonna, just probably not have that done, and have this massive time advantage." And he
maybe one of these. Oh, sorry, go ahead.
I was just saying it would be correct, and if that would be the analysis on his part. But yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, I could imagine. Well, I think you know it as well. You're in a dungeon thinking what you're doing next, and then not paying attention to your tracker, and suddenly you are on autopilot, and suddenly you're on a boss with no items for a trash pendant.
I mean, Gem is not too far ahead. Like he's roughly half a swamp, and also picking up the flute, including the activation, and then Meyer. Never mind, Gem is massive. I forgot about Meyer.
What to say? Gem is 5 minutes ahead here.
Yeah. No, never mind me. We need a massive ice shot from Magnit, or this is looking pretty awkward to come back from.
A book on the mountain, I guess, could be out for Magnit Handz as well. And the question is, with Samaria in hand, when will Gem go into Turtle Rock and looking there for the ice rod?
I think this is going to be Swamp, maybe doing left side, maybe not, but then Ice, and then immediately TR with maybe the Ether tablet before that on the way,
Yeah, this is exactly what I would play in this situation, or what I would guess here. Ether tablet with the mirror, go over, and then, do or die.
But there are a couple of checks that Magnit could just do and win. Like specifically the checkerboard cave was a very, very easy skip that Gem did. That Magnit is probably gonna check if he's around the Meyer area, but he's found the book, and so instead of going swamp, we're gonna look for the ice rod in desert.
Yeah, but he must feel very behind now.
That book was on purple chest. Gem also got it, and both got the template of Bombo's tablet, but Magnit said, you know what, screw swamp. I can't win by doing swamp. So we're just gonna see that green pendant and probably pedestal rather soon. Assuming that he would pick up the flute and then activate it and go to pedestal.
Yeah.
So yeah, Magnit right now needs a little bit of a miracle. And that would reflect on the ice rod not being on the quote-unquote crystal dungeon way that Gem is taking currently.
I think ice rod here in desert would be the first destination of Gem after dipping TR and then going back in the world.
You could make that claim.
Who items left on the left side swamp, by the way? Sorry for interrupting.
Yeah, it would make sense in the sense of saving the portal. But Gem could also just forfeit that, since there's not much that you can check without the portal being broken, and just say, you know what, it's just behind the mirror because there's the most checks behind it. We're gonna see. I mean, so far Magnit has seen one item, but he's also having the green pendant in here. And pedestal. So this is technically a 4-item dungeon for a Magnit Handz.
Yeah, plus Sasha, plus Ledge. So this is a lot.
Flippers were in K45.
Yeah, I guess Pet or Green Pendant would be best outs for Magnit, but I don't know if Green Pendant suffices here. Maybe.
Yeah, anything outside of Ice and TR gives him a chance for sure.
So we have to consider Magnit has to go back by walking to the catfish and to the ledge, and then save and quit and activate his flute. This is 1 additional minute.
Yes, but there's a couple of things that Gem, can still do to save time. And if he wants to do Dark World checks, like for example Spike Cave, you always have to death wall out of your way, right? Because you want to save this portal unless it's not possible anymore. And that could include like doing bad stuff like, I don't know, going back to left side swamp then later on, right? And then wasting additional time. Like Magnit basically has to be right with his 1 or 2 plays that he's gonna make before going swamp and stuff. And then that has to give him enough time to catch up to Gem.
Yeah.
So what's the last item in desert? That's just a hard container. And there's another boomerang flying while we have the GP in hand.
Oh, Gem messed up their first spin here on...
Yeah. It happens, it's fine. We have a tempered, we have half magic, like we're able to defend ourselves.
Yeah, this is more or less not free, but it's okay. Yeah, and Ice was not the solution here. Gem. Yeah, and Magnit now, well, what is he turning in first? Pet or Green Pendant?
I mean, I assume you want to pick up the flute first, right? You want to activate the flute here, so you can bring away all the stuff easy. Yeah, we're gonna see all the water checks here. I mean, we have Hobo left. I think we didn't see Hobo at all, right?
Right! Oh,
No,
this is
I think
another
Magnit-
out.
Did one of them do that? I forgot.
No, none of them. Magnit went to Sasha early after Ice Cave, and Gem. No, he didn't. We talked about that he does not, despite having been tied in later. But that he will never tie in unless he has the Ice Rod. Tablet, Mountain, interesting.
Yeah, I mean, as we said, right? Like you do this on the way to GR just because it's another check.
Yeah, I guess it's a no-brainer.
Yeah.
To play this with this equipment. It would be another thing if you would not have a mirror, but in this scenario...
So this is going to be the flute from Magnite. And that'll give him Kane. And we still don't know what's in Checkerboard Cave. So if Magnite, is deciding to do that check, the Ice Rod is there. I mean, Gem is going to probably be rather soon there than late, because it's not too bad of a check.
From my perspective, if Gem loses due to this Checkerboard Cave, it's well deserved. So you earlier said it's not too aggressive. It's super aggressive, I think. So it takes you 15 seconds or 20. So
Yeah.
who am I to judge Gem? So I'm nobody. But in this scenario, I judge it's...
Yeah, but if he's going to win by 10
at least it's
seconds,
risky, right?
he's going to win by 10 seconds, right? Like you have to expect a close race somehow, right? It could just be seconds. We're trying to save that time. It is what it is in the end. If it's nothing, then it was just correct. If it's something, then, as you said, like he might eat his own, routing decisions in the end.
Yeah, it's as always, it's an obvious 50-50 gamble, like an obvious 50-50 gamble in Eastern, and yeah, in the end, Ice Rod is there. It was not the case in this seat, but we all know the situation.
I hope we're going to see a blind pull. I don't want to see any book shenanigans or anything going on.
Absolutely.
I don't want to read anything about a freezing rod. I just want to see the pull and see what's this.
But maybe it's also just my philosophy of the game to do the fast stuff quickly. 3 bombs, unfortunately.
Yeah, but his hope is not done yet. The There's still a green pendant lingering. Alright, we're gonna check this area first, I guess. I can't believe we don't turn in the green pendant here.
Yeah, I agree. Would do that immediately. It's also very quick with the flute.
I mean, you know, again, right? Like, if it's somewhere else and Magnit finds it, like, the GP would just be a time investment for nothing. So we're gonna see that. There's also another item in Mire that Gem didn't get. Like, this could also be the ice rod, if anything. And we're gonna see that checkerboard.
No checkerboard. Oh, I'm curious.
There's no way this is the ice rod, right? This is
no way, no way. And it is no ice rod. Okay, Gem. My apologize. You did everything correct.
All right, we're okay. Oh, we didn't do my. I understand. Okay, got it.
And by the way, in the beginning, the seed looked like kind of a jet seed, and now we are on ice rod hunt, which could be freaking everywhere. But it's still a jet seed, so it can't be too far away from now.
Mm-hmm. And so I think Magnit begins to maybe hope that Gem might have skipped left side, which he did, and then he's gonna check it himself. Because like I think at this point Magnit should know, like, he did so much. Like, all the pendant stuff, green pendant, pedestal check, all that stuff. Like, in his mind, Gem has to be already in TR, or at least in ice, right? And then in the hope that, you know, left side is not being done, or ice T or something like that. And I think him doing ice now, like, I think he's not really having any overworld checks left besides maybe Ether Tablet. So I think Magnit might turn this to like a full clear in the sense of not going to TR without the ice rod, whatever is going to happen.
Yeah, I would agree to that. Yeah, and Gem, there are 2 to 3 items only left in Turtle Rock here. Of course, Ice Rod or Laser Bridge would be iconic, but yeah, let's see. Oh, Red Crystal opens with Turtle Rock, which is
no Red Crystal.
All good. Just had a look on the tracker and it's Red Crystal, nice. We can play Red Bomb. Yeah, but then actually my brain started to work again. Halfway.
I think it was version 27 or 28 years ago when the ice rod literally tended to be on the laser bridge every time. It got so much that it became a meme that the vanilla ice rod location is actually laser bridge.
Okay, 2 items left on laser bridge.
Yeah,
could be only there it is.
There it is.
Okay.
So Gem in go mode far ahead of Magnit, but I don't blame Magnit for his place here, since it made sense. It made sense from his perspective, but this looks for now to be like a done deal.
Yeah. What it was the late flute, right? Yeah. Late flute playing the left Death Mountain, including Hera Basement and Spy Cave and all this stuff. Yeah. Yeah, and in the beginning, that's a nice example how a game can turn. So I guess after 20 to 25 minutes, Magnit was 3 dungeons ahead.
Yeah, he was on the route early on, but then the flipper locations more or less, was so bad for him. He checked then, pendant pod and all that stuff.
Yeah, even if he had never touched pendant pod, Gem would be in the lead here.
I don't know about that, because I don't think we would have seen a desert play with a book and stuff like that, and like pedestal check, green pendant, going for all the bad locations here. I think he would have just gone swamp and eyes as well if he, if he would have gotten the flippers early.
Yeah, I was just thinking, subtracting the time of pod here. Yeah, you can put your numbers in if you want. You have to hurry. Gem is about to enter. Revis, I suppose you don't play such goofy games? Okay. Yeah, Gem here looks like is going for a Dark Magician. Or Random Rush. We have seen Random Rushes, these tournaments here and there.
Yeah, but Gem not usually one of them to do that, and I think you're not feeling... You might not feel great on Gem's side with Port, but you might also not feel too bad, because going to Port was never like there were chances to just dip Port for again for the flippers, for example. So it's not too unlikely that Magnit did it too in Gem's mind.
Yeah, but Port is one thing, so Gem skipped pretty much everything else, which was skippable, like Graveyard Ledge, like Check and Bot Cave, of course. No, but let's get serious. Left side Swamp was correct. Leaving one item behind in Maya was correct. And I could imagine Magnit would clear that, even with having Swamp open.
I don't know. I think those two specific dungeons are not that crazy to skip the items off. Like if you get one item on the way in Mire and then the Becky and you just leave one item, it's not too uncommon. And the same with left side Swamp, but you could argue about the two items left side Swamp that, you know, a Gem might be going back. But this is a game 3, so you have to expect your opponent to like literally go the best way possible. And that's why you feel behind most of the time.
Yeah, but that is not depending on a game 3. This is just depending starting the game.
True, but I think in the game 3, like everybody, runners have proven they can win. You know, like it might be one or the other way.
Yeah, I got your point.
But okay, it looks like the Biggie has not shown up yet. Not here as well. Meantime, I want to just point out that we have another race coming up in 50 minutes, literally 50 minutes. So we have a couple of minutes here still left, and also an interview. So it's not going to be too much time between the races. There's currently Rob J. Beasley signed up as a commentator. So if there's a second one, I don't know.
It's in 3/4 hour and not in 50 minutes. Or is something changed on the schedule? Not sure, but. Schedule page also always says 3 p.m. Eastern.
Anyway, so you don't want to go far away because there's another match coming up, and this one is going to be top 16 between Gilgamesh and Graval Tofu. But anyway, we're still here on this one, so let's see if the big key is here in render room. It is! So that was check number 17, if I'm correct.
Oh boy, I have absolutely no idea. Chat will tell us soon.
Well, Magnit, interesting. He's gonna even skip the big chest, which had the ether tab medallion, if I recall correctly. But he might leave 2 items in this dungeon.
Yeah, chat tells it 17. Yeah, this year is absolutely Gem on autopilot. And then meanwhile, GG's to Braindead. You hit exactly, you won.
Yeah, this part of Ferrando, obvious, or like in the 7/7 settings, is it's a classic part that Gem has done literally thousands of times. Be it NMG or Rando or just you know, as practice or whatever. Gauntlet classic screens to, you know, to finish. And there's the Vidi kill from Magnit, so it's gonna be a Swamp and a TR. and more or less 1 GT behind. So it looks very big, but it could have been very, very close if, you know, if the decisions were a little bit different, just a little bit. And it also feels a little bit like of a shame because these two runners being in top 48 and one has to go. It's very unfortunate because I think both runners could be gone. Both runners, obviously in my eyes, could go very deep in the tournament. It just happened that they meet each other that early and one has to go.
Yeah, but unfortunately, that's the thing in Rando at all. There are plenty of such great runners, and yeah.
Exactly. In the end, there can only be one.
And especially, okay, this is a round of 48, but latest in round of 32, I guess, more or less pretty much every game is a 50-50 coin flip. Yeah. And just imagine there had been nothing on as you said a second before, there has been nothing on Waterfall Edge, but on who's it called? Catfish? Yeah. This would be the screens around, and Magnit now at Aga 2.
Alright, getting a double in the first part of the fight. Another double. Let's make it a triple double. Oh, I cursed it. I'm sorry, Gem. I'm sorry.
Yeah. Equipment for Gannon here are also not too hard of a deal, I think. This could be doable.
Alright, done with the first two phases. Meanwhile, attempting the zero cycle, almost getting it. Alright, and that's all the 4 silver arrows for Gem. Get your GGs in chat. As long as we're gonna cross this bridge, we're gonna finish the seed right here and right now. And there it is. GG's Gem advancing to the round of top 32. Magna meanwhile is climbing the mountain. I don't know if he's race time open or not. But yeah, GG's to Gem here. And I think, yeah, Magnit saw the result. And see if we can get these two in here, or one of them, or both, I don't know. Feel free to come. But yeah, in the end, like all the late game items in this seed, like flute and flippers, ice rod, were the deciding ones. So yeah, that can happen in Rando.
Yeah, back and GG from my side, of course, as well. Yeah, and Gem comes in here in a second. Just have to wait for a moment. Magnit did not respond yet.
I see Gem in the waiting room, and Gem is here. GG's Gem.
Hello, thank you.
GG's Gem.
Thank you. GG's to Magnit. I don't know if he's joining. Yeah, I get to play more gas boots.
You do. So, yeah, you guys went definitely a little bit of a different route up to the point where you kind of had to find flippers. And then Magnite had done pottery. I see Magnite also on the way to the room, so maybe we're gonna wait for him. And he's here. GG's Magnite.
GG's.
Yo, GG's Magnit.
So yeah, basically those flippers let Magnite go into port late and then finishing the dungeon. I don't know, Magnite, did you forget that there's no item, or did you just play it for safe for a potential pedestal?
Yeah, I saw it. I played for ped. I know you have to ask the questions, but I played for ped. You saw me beat Green Pendant after beating Hera and Pod. Because literally, yeah, K45 can't do it to me 2 days straight, right?
Yeah, with this mirror and where the bow was very hard to get to, I guess.
I mean, I could have did K45 and shovel, but I just didn't want to go into a portal, do that, and then do that. That literally was it. But can't blame nobody for myself, because I knew I had to chase the mirror, but it's like, all right, you still got all this other stuff, an open pod, and happens to not be the play today, so.
Yeah, you did an early interesting routing, if I want to say that. Like, even though in the mid game, like, very interesting, like how you went around, like for example, using the water walk not to go to Hobo or Zora area, but to actually do Saha, which turned out to have the cape, and then you get that mids in a nice way. That was very, very refreshing to see.
I mean, this dude has mad speed. You gotta try to do things to. It's kind of weird. So it's like the opening, I kind of was like, all right, I kind of understand what I need to do, because from game 1, I did the other route that I did with the water walk, but I'm like, dude, it's like a game 3, so I got to try to get to everything fast, all the dense items fast, and then that had the mitts. I was going to go to Catfish, but after all that, I'm like, man, F all that. Let me just go clear these 2 dungeons, and then the mitts happen to be there, and I'm like, okay, Bow, Eastern, get the mirror, but I haven't went up the mountain yet. So like, all right, the mountain gotta have the flippers. Wrong.
Yeah, we could see your handwriting there as well, right? Like you did the mountain in a way where you isolated Pen and Hera to be safe, to like even go for the big heat chest into big chest in the end, because you literally did everything else on the mountain.
Right. Which was what I was going for, but I'm like, all right, I guess it's not up there. I don't really have nothing to say. I was just like, dang.
Yeah, I mean, getting through these flippers is hard. But yeah, up to that point, like you literally your routing brought you far ahead. Like Jem was earlier in pod than you were. Like you had it all. He was on the mountain before you were there. It looked really good for you for a long time. And then Jem spots the flute before going to keg the first or second time rather. So it made sense for him to fake flipper those immediately when he goes there. And then later, just by just like going not to Hammer and all the pennant like deaded stuff, like found his item rather quickly. I don't know, Jem. What do you think? How did it feel for the way it went for you?
I felt terrible. I did Pennant Terror and then Pennant Pot for no reason. Those were basically the things that made me feel bad because I did those before like anything reasonable. And the reasonable things was had the items, and yeah. I guess the flute kinda helped. And yeah, it sounded like Magnit also missed the flippers.
I think if Magnit found the flippers when you were like half swamped through, but Magnit also had to pick up the flute, so there was some time in between, but you could have like still catch up on that like GT and like general execution there. So like there was still a chance at that point, but I totally understand when you get that book from Purple Chest and then just go for pad since you're done pod already. It makes total sense to me.
Yeah, I bailed out of the out of desert when I mirrored there because like I knew the flippers couldn't be there.
You didn't even do checkerboard cave. What is happening?
Well, the flute is flipper locked. That's why.
I mean, we were still looking for an ice rod,
Yeah, but maybe I find the ice rod first, and then if not, I just come back to desert. But then I sadly had to go to TR instead.
Yeah. But you still looked for items in Mire, at least somewhat, right? Like you did go to Big Chest, which had the ether. So
yeah, I mean, I had most things cleared already for MVP, so I just.
Who am I? Who am I to criticize? Like you literally were right. So I should be quiet and listen and learn. So. But yeah, Magna, that's gonna be for you for the tournament. Any thoughts on how it went for you? What do you think about it?
Say that again. I'm sorry, I was typing something.
I was just saying, like, what we're experiencing this casual boost tournament. I know, like, a lot of people had a rough time, but how was it for you?
The last 4 seeds were rough. The async seed was, I mean, I had a deaf group for Christ's sake in the group, so this Kaz Boots, for the first time making brackets, this was not a pleasant, on the mental kind of thing. Like I've grown, so I'm all right with that, you know what I'm saying? But these 10 seeds, oh my god. I don't think I've ever had a rougher stretch of 10 seeds.
I feel you.
Cause you had to face. I had to face Magno, Kaisden, and then Ray Zeus. Somehow went 5-1, and then mess up the play-in race because the hammer was in pendant pot, and I messed that up. So I'm like, all right, I'm gonna go to pendant pot over everything else. Got to play Jim 3 times. That's not easy at all. So played him 4 overall in like the matter of like, what was that, 2 weeks, Jim? Maybe
Yeah.
Ish.
Yeah, with our cross keys race yesterday.
Without the cross keys, yeah.
It's like sprinkled in.
Yeah, it's like 4. That's why I was saying twice in a row for K45, because yesterday's race had the boots that I like noped out of Thieves in K45, which was Thieves Town. So yeah, K45 struck again, but the experience was good. I'll play again.
Yeah, and Jim, for you, it's gonna be, I think, Raynox in the next round.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I just got the email that told me Raynox is my opponent. I think the Caswoods admin might have been somewhat impatient since we are kind of late with our round. So it was immediately updated. Oh my god, I get to scheduling that.
Yeah, I mean, I guess more or less most things are said. Any last thoughts before we wrap things up, and in half an hour there's going to be another one.
GG's again.
Yeah, big GG's, dude. And yeah, thanks for commentary, thanks for the stream.
Yeah, likewise, what he was saying.
All right, I think we're gonna wrap things up slowly. Mahoney, thank you for commentating with me, and also Phoenix for setting all the stream up and stuff. Again, in half an hour, there's another race, so tune in again. And Mahoney, I give you the mic for the last words. That seems like it's right now AFK. Okay, so I'm gonna finish this one real quick. Thank you guys. Thank everybody. GG's to you both, racers, and thank you for letting us, having you on restream and stuff. And yeah, see you next time.